political heft that you need, especially when you have engineered an alliance of this kind, where you've got absolutely warring factions together. Imagine Congress, Shiv Sena and NCP together. Do you think that this alliance started on certain political fault lines and that seismic activity is continuing up to this date?
Absolutely. The alliance started with political fault lines. The alliance was never a very strongly glued together, but one of political convenience where all parties had shared interests. And then, of course, they formed what they called a common minimum program and came together and formed the government. But it doesn't end there. Like you said, forming government and running a government are two different things. When it came to running a government, there was certain troubles, and that was, of course, seen in the way, the three parties were pulling in different directions. That's one. But beyond that, Sanket, one of the things that has consistently, the Chief Minister, Uddhav Thackeray, has had to deal with is that these attempts that you see today, which seem to be fructifying as of now, it's not new. It's been happening since day one. And the Sena has been claiming that their MLAs, their MPs have been targeted. They've been threatened, they've been coerced, central agencies have come after them, the ED is called Anil Parab, who's one of their main strategists. And all of this has gone on for the last 2.5 years. And, many had predicted that this government wouldn't last for even 2.5 years. They've managed to do so.
No, that is true. But, this time around, don't you think, Saurabh, the things are different?
These things out.
Saurabh Gupta, the reason why they are a little different, Saurabh.
Now, yes.
Because you don't have the chief strategist in Mumbai when a crisis like this has happened. Mr. Sharad Pawar. He is in the national capital trying to glue or stitch another, grand rainbow coalition for a presidential candidate. But for his absence in the Maharashtra scheme of things today, does that mean anything, or are we reading too much?
Oh yes, it means a big deal. But what we are hearing as of now, Sanket from NCP, is that he may not be physically here like he was in 2019 when you could see him, sitting at the YB Chavan Center and managing things. But the NCP is saying that he's very much in Delhi working the phones, trying to ensure that the government survives. That's what the NCP is saying as of now. It's the Congress that's actually now thinking that whether we should be in the government or not, and that's on record because the question was asked to Nana Patole, saying that one of the Congress leaders said that it's time to re-introspect whether the Congress should remain with the MVA or not, and to that Nana Patole replied saying that yes, we will go to Mumbai and have a meeting on that. So obviously yes, and one of the arguments or one of the complaints that has been made against the Chief Minister himself is that, yes, there's been a lack of access to MLAs. And that's something that has been a common refrain, and what Mr. Menkar was talking about, that is there. But, like I was saying, for 2.5 years, we've had many moments like these, except that they've not gone so far as to fructify into the situation that it is today. This is not the first crisis this government has faced. This is not the first time there's been an attempt to topple this government. This is one of the many attempts that seems to be actually fructifying, Sanket.